What's up, everybody? Thanks for listening into the Bears Focus podcast. It's your host, Colin, here. We're going to jump right in this conversation today, man, because there's a couple things that's happened today that we really need to talk about. The main thing we're going to focus on, and with it being the off season, not too much, but Bears assistant general manager Ian Cunningham had his second interview today with the Jacksonville Jaguars. A lot of sources are looking at him as the favorite, which would be kind of good and bad news for the Bears. Good on the pick side, they would get those 2 third-round compensatory picks, one this year, one next year. They could use those to package in a trade, which we'll talk about some trades later on down the line. They could also just use those to bolster up their offense and defensive lines using the picks, So it could help them in those ways. And who knows how it could hurt them with losing Ian Cunningham. Who knows how much actual, decision making he has had over the past couple years with Ryan Poles. But hey, it'll be good for him if he does get that job, moves on to be the GM in Jacksonville. Congratulations to him. I don't know what he's done for the Bears. Really can't say he's done anything. They haven't won anything. But, it's always good to see a man, get a chance at a better job. So, wish him all the best if he does get that job. If not, and he's still here in Chicago, then hey, get better, and it looks like he's the next man up for the next open GM spot. We also got some news today regarding the salary cap. And this is actually pretty big for the Bears, considering free agency is just a few weeks away. All right, we're looking at really retooling this offensive line. That's really all they need. Man, obviously we need some help on the defensive side too, on the defensive line, but that offensive line needs to be the focus. All right. If that offensive line is not together, this team will not win. I don't care how crazy stacked the defense gets. I don't care how many weapons we have. If he cannot get them the ball, all right, it's no point in having them. It's no point in us having these weapons. No point in us paying all these people if our offensive line is going to be garbage. Okay? We've had a garbage offensive line far too long. We've ruined. It looks like it may end up being 3 quarterbacks. All right? I'm counting Trubisky and Fields in there that we've ruined because we didn't prepare the offensive line around them. We kind of threw them in this situation. Nagy had decent offensive lines, but they weren't even the best. We should have gotten better, man, and this is the time. So we'll definitely be talking about how to improve this offensive line. This will be our next video, actually. We'll start talking about some free agency stuff. We're going to go position by position. Or at least position group by position group, because we need to really improve that offensive line. All right. All of us fans know it. I know that they know it. It's just got to get done. It's not the most glamorous thing. It's not the most fun thing, but it's the thing that's going to help your team win in the long run. And that's what we need. So back to the salary cap. It's gone up. And it's looking like it's going to be somewhere between $265 million and $275 million, with a minimum increase of $22 million, according to NFL.com. So, man, I'm sorry, it went up. Oh man, it's between 277 and 281. Man, that's crazy. It's going to be huge, no matter what it is. It's going to be somewhere in that range. They haven't finalized it yet. But whenever it's set, and it should actually kind of be set now, but it'll be set soon. We're going to see how things go with that. That just helps the Bears out, right? Gives them a little more cushion. they're gonna definitely have, I I believe, close to 80 million in salary cap space. And they gotta spend that on getting some new pieces in on that offensive line. Right? That's where they gotta start. I'm always gonna talk about this offensive line until we see it get done. Until once we see it get done, I'm gonna shut up about it. All right, that's when I'll stop talking about it. Give Ryan Poles all his credit. All right, give him all his praise because he did what needed to be done, and hopefully they do it through this draft because that's the way you do it. Get some young guys in, train them up, develop them. All right, and build some monsters. So now, as we're bringing in and drafting young guys now, when we start getting those later round picks because we're a winning football team, all right, now we have a training program in place, all right, and now we have something set in line where when we bring them in, we train them up, we build them up, and we put them out there in the field instead of just taking shots at guys, hoping they hit, not knowing what they're going to be. We need to have a plan in place. And it looks like they're doing that with some of the hires that they made to this coaching staff. I'm really looking forward to it. And I hope things work out. I really hope things work out. All right. Bears fans, we deserve a good season. We deserve that. It's been far too long since we've had hope. Well, I guess we had hope at the beginning of the season, and then they just went off the freaking cliff. But we deserve hope, man. We deserve it. Some real hope. So I'm really looking forward to what they do, in free agency with all this cap space that they're going to have. Be on the lookout for our next videos, man. We're going to be talking about free agency, how we expect it to be set up, how we want it to be set up, all right? The way that would best benefit the team and get them right. All right, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to be talking about the draft, who we looking for, what the Bears need, what they need to focus on. And I've been seeing I'm going to comment a little bit on that because I've been seeing some stuff out here about people talking about running backs and receivers and stupid crap like that. And I am sick of people with all this fancy pants nonsense. All right. We need to address the offensive line and the defensive line. That's it. All right. Rounds 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4. But for sure, 1, 2, and 3 need to be offensive, defensive line. That's it. We've got 2 picks in the second round. We may have 2 picks in the third round if Ian Cunningham gets that Jaguars job. It needs to be offense, defense, line. That's it. Trenches. Build in the trenches. Now after that, you get into those later rounds, go ahead and take a shot on the running back. All right? 5th, 6th, 7th round, whatever. Go take a shot on the running back. Go take a shot on the receiver. At that point, the talent drop off is much greater. So let's hope that we got a good scouting department and that they can find us some diamonds in the rough. But this needs to be offensive and defensive line. But that's going to be the end for today. Thank you guys for listening.